So I want to thank them, everyone who's been cheering me and everyone who was there today and everyone who's been part of my journey.
Filipino fans didn't wait for Alex Eala to play her first match in Washington. They made their presence felt long before she stepped onto the court. I want to thank them. Everyone who's been cheering for me, everyone who was there today, and everyone who's been part of my journey. Thank you. Those heartfelt words from Alex Eala perfectly captured the connection she has built with her supporters over the past year. By the time she arrived in Washington for the Mubadala CDDC Open, that connection had already grown into something much bigger than anyone expected. Before Ela had even unpacked her racket bag or started her first practice session, Philippine flags were already waving around the practice courts. Fans wearing Philippine colors gathered early, hoping to catch a glimpse of their rising tennis star. The atmosphere felt different. This wasn't simply another WTA tournament. It felt like a home event taking place thousands of miles away from the Philippines. Only days earlier, Alex had received an unforgettable send-off in Manila. During her home court, Welcome Home, Alex event at Glorieta Activity Center in Makati, thousands of supporters packed the venue to celebrate her incredible season and wish her luck before the North American hardcourt swing. News outlets across the Philippines covered the emotional event as fans waited patiently for hours just to see her, take photos, and thank her for inspiring a new generation of Filipino athletes. After the event, Ila shared a simple but powerful message on social media. Never been prouder. Those three words quickly spread across Filipino communities around the world. For many fans, they represented much more than a farewell. They symbolized a player carrying the hopes of an entire nation as she prepared for one of the biggest stretches of her young career. When the DC Open announced its 2025 player field, most of the attention naturally focused on established stars. Jessica Pegula, Naomi Osaka, Elena Svitolina, Marta Kostyuk, defending champion Leylah Fernandez, and the legendary Venus Williams were among the headline names expected to attract fans. Alex Eala appeared in the tournament announcement as one of several rising players. On paper, she wasn't the biggest attraction, but reality quickly proved otherwise. Across Filipino communities in the Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia area, excitement began building weeks before the tournament. Community organizations coordinated trips, families planned group outings. Tennis fans who had followed Ela's remarkable rise made sure they would be there from the opening rounds. The momentum wasn't created overnight. Earlier in the season, Ela had already shown that wherever she played, Filipino fans followed. At Indian Wells, supporters filled sections of the stadium and created one of the tournament's most memorable atmospheres. During her breakthrough run in Miami, Philippine flags became a regular sight as she defeated higher-ranked opponents and announced herself to the tennis world. Wimbledon continued the trend, with crowds cheering loudly throughout her matches as millions of viewers back home stayed awake through the night to watch every point. Each tournament added another chapter to an incredible story. Washington simply became the next stop. One announcement especially caught the attention of tennis fans everywhere. The WTA confirmed that Venus Williams and Alex Eala would once again play doubles together after previously partnering in Bad Homburg. That partnership meant more than many people realized. Venus Williams is one of the greatest players in tennis history. With 7 Grand Slam singles titles, 14 Grand Slam doubles championships, 4 Olympic gold medals, and a career spanning decades, she has seen generations of talented players rise through the sport. She didn't need to choose Alex Eala, yet for the second consecutive tournament she did. That decision quietly spoke volumes about the respect Eala has earned inside professional tennis. Experienced champions rarely continue partnerships unless they genuinely believe in their teammates' ability. Williams placing her trust in the young Filipina again served as another sign that Ela's growing reputation extends far beyond enthusiastic fans. Then the singles draw added another intriguing storyline. Ela was scheduled to face Turkey's Zeynep Sönmez in the opening round. The matchup immediately attracted attention because the two players already knew each other's games well, and Ela had enjoyed success against her in previous meetings. For fans, it represented another opportunity to watch their favorite player continue building momentum before larger tournaments later in the summer. But perhaps the biggest story wasn't the draw itself, it was the crowd. Reports from Filipino community groups suggested that many sessions featuring Ela generated enormous interest, with organized groups purchasing tickets together weeks before the tournament began. Whether every report reflected official ticket data or not, one thing became obvious once fans started arriving around the venue. Alex Eala had become one of the tournament's biggest attractions. That transformation says something important about the direction of women's tennis. For years, Southeast Asia has searched for a player capable of consistently competing on the biggest stages while inspiring millions of new fans. Alex Eala appears to be becoming exactly that player. Her success isn't measured only by rankings or victories. It's measured by the thousands of supporters who proudly wear Philippine colors wherever she competes. It's measured by young children asking for tennis rackets after watching her matches. It's measured by families waking up in the middle of the night just to cheer for one player representing their country. Washington also carried another fascinating storyline. Defending DC Open champion Leylah Fernandez proudly embraces her Filipino heritage through her mother's side of the family. The possibility of both Fernandez and Eala making deep runs in the same tournament created excitement among Filipino tennis fans worldwide. Suddenly, one WTA event had multiple players connected to the Philippines competing under the brightest lights. That kind of representation would have seemed almost unimaginable just a few years ago. Beyond Washington, the timing couldn't be more important. The North American hardcourt season continues with the Canadian Open, Cincinnati, and finally the US Open in New York, where one of the largest Filipino communities in the United States is located. Tournament organizers across the tour will undoubtedly be watching closely. If Washington delivers the passionate support many expect, it could influence how future tournaments promote Eala and prepare for the crowds that follow her from city to city. This isn't simply about one player becoming popular. It's about an entire fan base proving that tennis has enormous potential in markets that have often been overlooked. Eala's journey has never been completely smooth. Every breakthrough season includes difficult losses alongside unforgettable victories. She experienced disappointment during parts of the grass court swing, but she never allowed setbacks to define her season. Instead, she returned home, reconnected with her supporters, received an emotional farewell in Manila, and headed to Washington carrying renewed confidence. That support has become one of her greatest strengths. Every autograph signed, every Philippine flag in the stands, every message of encouragement posted online. Together, they have helped build one of the most passionate fan communities in international tennis. Now Washington becomes another important chapter in that remarkable story. Whether she lifts the trophy or not, Alex Eala has already achieved something special. She has inspired thousands of Filipinos across the world to proudly support tennis, filling stadiums with energy wherever she competes and proving that one determined athlete can unite an entire nation. As the first ball is about to be struck, one question remains. Will the Washington crowd become one of the loudest and most memorable audiences Alex Eala has experienced so far? Share your prediction in the comments before the tournament begins. Do you think Filipino fans will once again turn the DC Open into a sea of blue, red, white, and yellow? And how far do you believe Alex Eala can go during this exciting North American hardcourt swing? If this tournament is any indication, Washington may only be the beginning of an unforgettable summer. Just when many expected Washington to be another routine stop on the WTA Tour, Alex Eala turned it into one of the season's biggest stories before even playing her first match. Filipino fans arrived in huge numbers, waving flags, filling practice courts, and creating an atmosphere that felt more like Manila than Washington, D.C. Fresh off an emotional farewell event in the Philippines, Eala carried the support of an entire nation into the D.C. Open. Her partnership with tennis legend Venus Williams once again highlighted the growing respect she has earned on the professional tour, while fans continued proving that her popularity extends far beyond rankings. Every tournament this season has brought larger crowds and louder cheers, and Washington appears to be no different. As the North American hardcourt swing continues toward the US Open, one question remains. Can Alex Eala transform this incredible fan support into another breakthrough run? Alex Eala's arrival in Washington wasn't just another tournament appearance, it felt like a movement. Long before she stepped onto the court, Filipino fans had already filled the practice area with flags, cheers, and endless support. After her emotional farewell in Manila, Eala carried the hopes of millions into the DC Open, where excitement around her continued to grow. Her doubles partnership with tennis icon Venus Williams added even more attention, showing just how much respect she has earned from some of the biggest names in the sport. With every tournament this season, Eala has attracted larger crowds and inspired more young fans to follow tennis. Washington is proving that her influence is now global, not just national. As she begins another important chapter on the hardcourt swing, all eyes are on her performance. Can Alex Eala deliver another unforgettable run? Let us know your prediction in the comments and subscribe for the latest Alex Eala news, highlights, and exclusive tennis updates. Alex Eala's arrival in Washington wasn't just another tournament appearance, it felt like a movement. Long before she stepped onto the court, Filipino fans had already filled the practice area with flags, cheers, and endless support. After her emotional farewell in Manila, Eala carried the hopes of millions into the DC Open, where excitement around her continued to grow. Her doubles partnership with tennis icon Venus Williams added even more attention, showing just how much respect she has earned from some of the biggest names in the sport. With every tournament this season, Eala has attracted larger crowds and inspired more young fans to follow tennis. Washington is proving that her influence is now global, not just national. As she begins another important chapter on the hardcourt swing, all eyes are on her performance. Can Alex Eala deliver another unforgettable run? Let us know your prediction in the comments and subscribe for the latest Alex Eala news, highlights, and exclusive tennis updates.